You good?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today?
Everybody's doing wonderful.
Yeah, I have people ask me about that foam all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's in the DNF tool drawer.
It is totally a DNF tool drawer.
You can check dnftooldrawer.com.
Yeah.
You would find foam, tools.
Had somebody I was like, dude, there's an X. So it was like, I can't find it on Amazon anymore. I'm like, dude, I literally went to our page and clicked on the link and went right to it. I sent a link back to it. I said, it's right here.
Believe me, it's there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So what are you doing?
Right now, some foam in the bracket. So the plastic doesn't hit the metal. And then...
Hi, Natasha.
Hi, Natasha. Oh, talk about Natasha.
Why do I want to talk about?
You know that they giving away a set of speakers?
Morales?
Yes.
On Instagram?
Oh, dude, hang on.
Oh, dude, no, I didn't know that.
This is gonna be...
She doesn't include us in these giveaways to promote the giveaways. What the hell?
Hang on. Alright, check this out.
What am I checking out?
23K giveaway.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Wow, she knows how to... Hold on. Alright, there we go. That did the whole little pause.
Yeah.
I think yeah. What's up, Lance? How's it going, buddy?
Anyway, you guys have to go to Morel America and check that out.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
And this show is brought to you by...
This show is brought to you by Morel. If you'd like all your high-end auto needs...
Please go to Morel America.
High-end car audio needs. I forgot the car audio part.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are not putting Morels in this car.
We're not.
He is
because the customer is actually
he's a big Rockford Fosgate fan.
Yes.
Which you let me know this morning. So we're doing some T2 components up front. They're going to be active.
Yep.
So Fernando's getting those buttoned up right now. So we're doing T2 components in the front, which is going to give us that big metal tweeter. They're going to be powered off of, he's doing some P312s off of the 1500. And then the D61200 is going to power... 1 and 2 is going to power the tweeters, 3 and 4 is going to power the mids, and then 5 and 6 is going to power the T1 6.5 components that are in the back of this thing. So there's actually 4 6.5 components. Coaxials. My bad, coaxials. So you have a 6.5 coaxial here, and then 2 more back here. And the way these work in the 4Runner is these are actually in series. So your positive comes into here, the negative loops out back here, connects to this positive, and then the negative bows up front, and then they go back up to the radio. So if you remove one of these, you actually lose sound. So you'd have to put a jumper to loop the wires together. But that's no big deal. We're actually doing speakers up here, speakers back here. We add some sound treatment to this because he is going to have big bass coming out of those P312s. Grills and whatnot facing back, factory box. This one is done, and then I've spent most of the day so far working on the radio and all the laser work. So we added, this is not a JBL system, but we added in the cool little Rockford panels here because he's a fan. You got to promote the fanness. The radio's out. Dash kit's made. One of the things, Metro just redesigned this dash kit.
Tweeters are made.
I'll get to the tweeters. Because it used to these brackets used to screw into the dash kit, and then they only used one little connection point. So they redid the dash kit, and in doing so, now it's a 2-piece, which kind of sucks because most of the time people are doing these floating screen radios, and what happens is you'll notice this piece here, and you'll notice this piece here. Because even though this lip from the pocket goes into the kit, there's still about an 1/8 inch wiggle, which means an 1/8 inch with that big heavy screen is going to sit there and do this. So we have to add these in, and this is farther than this one, so that when it goes into the kit, or when the kit goes into the dash, it doesn't do this. It's pressed up against the plastic on either side. So that the radio stay nice and solid. So that was this morning. And then of course it's a Pioneer, so we add this little piece. Anyone that's getting a Pioneer has to know now that the USB-C jack is literally right there. It wiggles, it's loose. It now comes as a 90 instead of the full erection out the back. But you still need to make some kind of a bracket to hold it in place. That's the HDMI, so I wouldn't even bother with that one because, yeah, I mean, and this goes into the dash pretty far because this is a standard chassis depth, so you have to add another 1.125" on it just to get. So this is my biggest complaint for Pioneer. I wish they would have done this a better way, and it's 2-3 years now going on that, so I don't think we're going to get anything from them anytime soon. Of course, we're doing a Maestro RR. We have our pigtails here for the doors. The dash will run down in your antenna adapters. We always give you a little pigtail off that has accessory, remote, and ground. In this case, this will be for the sub amp. This will be for the highs amp. Moving on, the tweeters are done. So this was the other laser piece I had to get done this morning. So made these brackets up real quick to go into the dash. And then we'll come up here. We added in the audio control bass knob. And you can see it says, audio control on it. So this piece here, there's our cool bass knob. And then also, because the Pioneer is the USB-C, we make a USB-C mount. So if we can, we try to. So now this has a nice USB-C where the factory USB and aux were, so that'll be there. If you still use a regular USB and doesn't want to buy the cable, of course Pioneer and Kenwood do give you a USB-C to USB adapter. So those are done. And then really the next step is me figuring out the amplifiers. Now we do have the mounts, which is cool because the left and right mount are the actual same. You just have to flip them. So we've already made those previously, and we have a knockout. So I just gotta, that's my next chore. We haven't started on the battery or anything like that yet. We did find that there was an amplifier installed here at one point, previous owner, and they just cut it. And wires were still ran in, so we got those. What other laser stuff did I have to do today? I don't know. I feel like it felt a lot harder than it was. It was a lot of stuff. Flash the modules and all that. Why Fernando's been working on the speakers. So right now he's working on the driver's front door. This is the only door you have left, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is the only door he has left. He's adding in the sound treatment to this. So this will get some here, it'll get some on this side, and then the door panel itself will get sound treatment. I've already put my logo. I don't know, where did you put that door?
It's in the front.
Is it in the front? I totally missed it.
Well, you can go to the passenger.
Yeah, I know. I've already done that one. So, oh yeah, there it is, right there. So I've already did my part, added in the cool Rockford logo, so that'll look really nice. Gotta be honest with you, it's a Monday, man. It's just how it is. Could be better, could be worse. What radio is going in the Tacoma? So this, I did show the Pioneer, so yeah, I didn't tell you which Pioneer it is, so my bad there. Tacoma, sorry. 4Runner. I'm sorry, it's a 4Runner. It's not a Tacoma, it's a 4Runner. So it's getting the DMH-WT8600NEX. So he's getting that 10-inch floating Pioneer. Apparently he has one of those in his partner's car, and he likes it a lot, so we're doing that. So they have Rockford and audio control in one car. We're doing Rockford and audio control in this car because they like it. Where can I get the Vaporberry? I've been looking for that for a while. Man, it's just like thick plastic. Like this is, it's not really, it's not really anything to get excited about. What I was thinking would be a good idea to use as a replacement for this, because this is just butyl. So this is just the GM strip caulk that we use to fill in the holes in the firewall. But what I thought would be cool is, the material that they use for bathrooms, like that thick liner, that thick rubber liner that you put like underneath the tub or whatever it is. I was thinking something like that would be really cool, because it's stretchable. You can heat it up if you need to punch, because sometimes these vapor barriers have like this right here. So you'd have to include this in whatever you're doing. So that thicker stuff, you might be able to punch that out. I don't know, but this would be the reason why you can't, plus this is, these are tough. These are definitely not the easiest thing. I know people just like put the whole sheet over this, and then they push this in, and then it's going to break, and then it's going to stick to the window, and all that nightmare. But whatever works. Dean, is it replacing the vapor barrier and the door card that sound deadener and makes matte? So here's the thing. All right, so here's some thought. Just work with me on this one for a second. All right, let's take a look at this door. All right, so we know that this door sits up against that vapor barrier super hard. Okay, so this is what you typically don't see when we're looking at a door. All right, so this is what's taking up that room going into the door. So technically, you could remove this. However, this is part of the safety of the car. So this is if you get hit from the side. This piece of foam is supposed to keep you from dying. We have this piece right here. We have some foam along here, more foam across the bottom. That vapor barrier sits really tight on this. And there again, this door, even though it's a Toyota, they put a lot of effort into this door. However, what I would suggest is maybe put more into this, put sound treatment on here, and then put these things back on. That way, when this snaps into the door, that vapor barrier is resting on this. And if this is nice and thick and rigid, it's going to push up against that, and this is going to be more rigid. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things, like when we do all that sound treatment on here with the Ground Zero, that's the thought process, is we're making this more rigid, more absorbent, more thicker, so that when we go and put it back on the door, that vapor barrier is now resting really tight up against that door panel. What is it going to do? It's not like it's going to move, it's plastic, so it is going to move, but it's not going to breathe as much, I guess. So just a thought. Does it do anything, I guess, would be the next question. Yeah, you want your panels as rigid as possible, and you don't want stuff to move. So whatever you have to do to accomplish that, I think is the most important thing. So y'all recommend the panels to be dampened before the shell of the door first. All right, so this is where the speaker is. All right, so we want this to have a nice strong area for that woofer to bounce off of. We don't want this vibrating. This area over here, more than likely that 6.5 is not going to affect this. Now this could vibrate just because it's plastic on metal. But, if you have a limited resource, focusing on this area is the most important thing, right behind that speaker. Then you're going to focus on the area around the speaker, because you want that to be as rigid as possible. All this stuff is going to make noise. It's going to. However, when you look at that door panel, okay, let's go over to this one. When you look at a door panel, see all of this, this is what vibrates. Like before you start on a door panel, what you may want to try to do, that's probably where that goes, is play some test tones. Don't go crazy on the volume, and just kind of turn them up, start at like 20, 30, 40, 50, and just listen to where the door is vibrating, cavitating. And when you do it that way, you'll be like, okay, these are the areas where I really need to put my effort into. Because, sometimes we'll get into a car and, this all is just making noise. And it's like, okay, so you could just put a piece of foam behind this, and then the noise stops. So, it really, when doing sound treatment, there's multiple goals. There's multiple goals to be achieved. Some of it, most of it is rattle, because you don't want it to rattle and take away from, you don't want to induce noise. So must be why people do speakers in the kicks instead of the doors sometimes. I mean, I think it'd be easier, but there again, it would be easier to reduce the rattle, but you're still going to have that speaker coming past the door panel. And if it's a big, strong mid bass, you still might have a problem. Plus, now you're putting a speaker in a really small location in that kick. So unless it's a speaker designed to work in a small location or a small box, it might not sound as good. So it's half and half, I guess. Canon Exxon XR 660 DSP. I have power but no sound. Do I need to update firmware for it to work? Power but no sound. What application are you using that on? Because that's kind of strange. It shouldn't matter. I'm assuming you have the AR plugged in front of it somehow. Because that only has a left and right input. Have you gone into the app yet to set it up? I guess would be the next question, because I don't think there's been any updates for that amplifier since it's come out. So if you haven't gone into the app on your phone to program it yet, that could also be the problem. Good evening from the UK. What's up? Tighter is always better. That was good. Is there a wireless Android Auto device adapter? All I know is that ZZ2 says they have one coming, and that's as far as I've gotten on that. I haven't really searched all that much. So I recommend that. So y'all recommend the panels to be dampened before. Okay, yeah. So that we covered that. All right, good. How long does it take new speakers to break in? Should I take it easy on them? How long? It's going to depend on the level of the speaker that you're dealing with. You know, these speakers are going to break in fairly quick, like these Rockford T2s are going to break in fairly quick. They have a looser motor structure. Some of the drivers that, have a stiffer suspension, I mean, it could be anywhere from, let's say, 3 to 4 hours to 2 weeks. Just really depends on the driver that you're using. 18 Camry JBL Amp Pro, planning on a key 8, okay, for active front stage and a separate sub amp. So the JBL system in the Camry I thought was a 3-way set. It's really not a good replacement for a Camry system. The key was really designed more for an application where there wasn't a premium audio system. You may find it to be a little lackluster going from a premium audio system to the key. You will have to obviously get new speakers, because the key is a 4 ohm amp only. The speakers in that are going to be 2 ohm. But it really isn't designed to replace a premium audio. It was designed for basic audio. You may want to get into a different amplifier with a, unfortunately, more active DSP. Something with something that you can have more fun with. I would, look at the, actually, it might be cool. Just follow me on this one for a minute. If you're a JBL guy, this guy here, the JBL DSP amplifier with the JBL or Infinity speakers, the 3 ohm speakers, might be a good idea for you in that car if you don't want to go too crazy on the price point. This is an 8-channel DSP, so you can do front tweeter, front mid, rear, and then it has an output to go for a sub. If you run in the 3 ohm speakers on it, you're going to get a decent amount of power out of it. But typically when I'm looking at replacing something in one of those cars with that premium system, I'm going bigger DSP, bigger power, something that is noticeably different, because even though it's a JBL and it doesn't sound great, you still have a premium audio system in there, so you kind of have to go a little bit bigger to notice a difference. Flash the Maestro in using RCA connections. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward at that point. The only other thing you'd have to do is program the amplifier if you haven't done that yet, because I thought it wouldn't play sound until you programmed it, but I'm assuming you did that too, but I don't know. Audio control. What is the device that changes your ohm 20 ohm, but I have a 1 ohm? Okay, whoa. Device that changes your ohm to 20 ohms, but I have a 1 ohm amp. I think you might be confusing the audio control LGDs with the output of the amplifier. So 20s. So this is the AC LGD 20 ohm. This is for the input of the amplifier. So where this would go, hang on. They're all look the same. This is just a different one. Where these go is if you're going to do a high level input, these go here in order to tell the factory radio that there's still a speaker connected to it and not to shut off the factory sound in the car. These don't go on the output side. These have nothing to do with output. These are load generators for inputs into the amplifier. That's it. So if you have unless you're saying 2 ohm, but I have a 1 ohm amp, change your 2 ohm, but I have a 1. Okay, so I was confusing that as a 20 instead of a 2. What changes? But I have a 1. So if you have a 2 ohm speaker and a 1 ohm amp, then you just have to see what the amplifier does at 2 ohm as opposed to 1 ohm. So here is the 1500. See, these only do. All right, so this is a confusing question. So all the audio control amps do 2 ohm only. So this is what you're looking at. So if you have 2 ohm, you're going to get the maximum amount of power out of it. I'm going to move on. Maybe we'll come back to that one. I'm running the factory head unit with an LC7i and 2 amps. Getting crackling from one of the speakers. What could it be? Check connection on. Going back to what I just talked about with the load resistors just a second ago, that if you have a system that needs load resistors, along with shutting off audio, you can get crackling in the high frequency range. So you may need to get a set of the LGD blues, which were the ones I just showed, to help tame the output of the Class D amplifier or the amplifier that's in the factory radio that you're tapped into. Or you could just, sometimes speakers suck, but I'm thinking it's more like check out getting a set of the LGDs. What's up? Maestro R crutch and a 13 Tacoma Access cab with JVC head unit. I only use the RRs, so I don't think I've ever used the Crux for anything unless somebody's brought me one. But could be blown speaker or input connection touching metal. I had this happen. Does it cut out as volume goes up? And that's a great question. If you do have a speaker that is touching metal or tweeter, especially because, the tweeter's up in the dash or it's in the door panel and you got the soldered on leads, something like this, when you're looking at the back of a tweeter or its connections, if these touch anything or they move, shaking the dash or whatever, in an A-pillar or a door panel, you can get a crackling sound every time that touches something. If the car is not moving and it doesn't do it, as opposed to the car moving, or just it vibrating a little bit when the speaker starts moving, that is plausible. 4Runner in the Bay, yes it is. What saw blades do you use to cut ABS? We get a plastic cutting blade for our table saw, and we have a plastic cutting blades for the Rockwell, and I believe I have both of them up on DNF Tool Drawer. You can find them both there for that. But yes, we get them off Amazon. Tundra front door mid bay 6.5, 7, or 6x9, or 8 Audio Frog or similar. What works best in your? So as far as the 8-inch Audio Frog goes, Andy has said if you're not going to team that up with a mid range and a tweeter, probably not the best thing to do. That was when that first came out, because there was a lot of guys that wanted to put an 8-inch in a tweeter, and it's like, no, don't do that. It's really not made for that. There are some 8-inch in tweeters that will work. What we did in the last Tundra 4Runner dash is, if you can fit a 2.5 6x9. You can fit a 3.5 if you take the metal bracket out and remake the bracket. But what am I? So y'all going to ignore my question? What was his question?
I have no idea.
Not ignoring anybody's questions. I'm literally just flicking up the phone. See if you can find it on yours.
I can't find it.
I can't find it. Ask a question again. I'm not trying to ignore anybody's question. I mean, it's not how it is. I don't know. Anyways, back to, just type the question in again. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I would love to answer your question. Anyways, this is getting a 6.5. This is getting a T2 set of components. We've done 6x9s, 2.5s. We've done 6x9s, 3.5s. We've done just about every combination there is. It really just comes down to what you want to get as far as mid-bass. The 6902 sound really good in here. The 6903s will fit if you're into making your own brackets for the dash, because they're not going to screw in. It is a little bit harder. But yeah, whatever you want to do. Rockford T1005 power lights start cycling between red and blue. Thoughts? Disconnect all the speakers. Just have remote turn on power and ground hooked up. See what the amplifier does. Take your digital multimeter. Make sure it's on the amplifier while you're testing it to make sure the power is right. See what your voltage is while the amplifier is turning on. Make sure that it stays the same. Like when you have the amp off is when it's on. Like you're not getting all kinds of crazy fluctuations. It's kind of the easiest, where that's the place to start. If it does it while the speakers and stuff are not connected, then that means that the amplifier is probably going to need to go back for repair. There again, check your voltage, make sure your ground is good. Check the voltage at the battery, check the voltage at the amplifier, check the continuity between where you've grounded it and the amplifier. If all of that is good and it's still doing it, then more than likely the amplifier has to go back. If it doesn't do it, start plugging things in one at a time, and one of them will probably do the bad thing that's causing your amplifier to have a bad day. I have a DM6 bike going into a Rockford Punch P604 and Prime 504. Should I run Rockford Fosgate 6.5 component aluminum tweeter? Should I bridge them with crossovers or run active? Well, you have a DM608, so you have 8 channels. You got to kind of figure out what you're trying to do with those 8 channels and use it accordingly. Those are both big power amplifiers. Should I run Rockford Power 6.5 components with the aluminum tweeter? That'd be the T2. That's entirely up to you and the sound you're trying to get. In this case, this guy is a rocker, and he wants it to rock. He's had these. He loves them. There's no reason for us to change from that. If you're a fan of something, go with it. If you want loud, bright tweeters and just sound, go with the Rockford. That's what they do. If you want something different, then look elsewhere. As far as bridging and whatnot, it's just going to depend on the speaker that you get, how much power you're trying, how much power can they handle. If I was doing a AF8, would be the 2.5 plus 1 inch tweeter and dash panel. Ooh, yes, that would be a great combination. That would be a good combination. There's a lot of questions. Settle down, man. Okay. Can you fit a 3.5 inch mid-range in the 2019 Tundra Dash? Yeah, so hold on. I have this one out. So this metal bracket right here, this guy, this whole piece right here, when that comes out, it has a bigger hole. As you can see, it is a little bit more complicated, but you do have to make a new bracket to fit it in there, and it's not easy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, it's not easy, but you can do it if you want to. But yeah, it's not like just, yeah, man, no problem. No, you're gonna take a couple hours to get those 3.5s in there and sit right. So if you're up for that, are you guys using a 3D printer? If so, what brand? No, we just have a laser, just a Glow Forge sitting here. I don't have that kind of time. We don't keep cards long enough. Is 0 gauge OC good for 3K bass and Sundown 200.4? Hold on. Come on, computer. Wake up. Alright, so we'll come here and we'll do this. You can go to multiple websites and download the thing I'm going to show you. But what you need to do is download a power chart. Kicker has one on their website, but you can literally just type in power length chart. And what this has is, as you can see here, this is your amperage draw. This is the size wire per feet. So if we come over here and we look at 250 to 300, 250 to 300, we're good all the way up to 19 feet. So if you're in the 250 to 300 amperage, you're good for 19 feet for one wire. All right, so that's the basic, that's the cheat sheet for this. Anything past that, you're gonna have to go up to a 2 gauge and or do 2 power wires. So that's 250 to 300. All right, there you go. Okay, crackling is intermittent, even with volume down, still cracks at times. All right, so try swapping the speaker outputs of the amplifier. So take your left output and go to your right, take your right output and go to your left, and see if it moves. All right, so if it moves to the other side of the car, that's telling you it's the amplifier output. If it stays on that side of the car, that is telling you that it's more than likely something wrong with the speaker. The other thing too is you can obviously switch one thing at a time, okay? If it stays, before you rule out the speaker, it's definitely the speaker, flip the RCAs next, okay? So you have a stereo sound in the car, so you have a left and a right. If something's making a sound on the right side of the car, we want to start eliminating what it could possibly be. If I power it with my left side of my amplifier and it still does the same thing, then you understand where we're going with this? So just start flipping things one at a time and figuring out. Now, if through all of these things the speaker continues to make the noise, then we know that there's something wrong with the speaker. However, it could be an RCA, could be something wrong with the amplifier. So by just changing left and right one at a time and testing, we can eliminate very easily what's causing the problem. Let's keep going here. All voltage is good, front and back. Unplug all RCAs, still does it. It might work for a while, and then the sound cuts in and out, and the sub just sounds like a tick. Man, that still sounds like a voltage issue. That is kind of weird. That straight sounds like voltage. Because, like, if it works fine and then it slowly but surely starts not working, that's usually what happens when you're in a low volt, like when something is losing voltage all the way down. Have you checked the voltage while it's being bad? Like, maybe take your digital multimeter and just hook it up to the amplifier, like take some like remote turn on wire or something and put it in, tape it all together, and just keep your voltmeter where you can see it so you can keep an eye on the amplifier as it's performing. And that way you can kind of, like, when it starts to do strange things, there again, you could try it on the remote turn on, but that still sounds like a power problem. And there again, there might be something wrong with the amplifier. It could be a power supply problem in the amplifier. As it heats up, maybe it's coming off of the board or something strange like that. Could be loose connection at the speaker, it's a tweeter or mid bass. There again, yeah. So all good answers on that. What's the best 6.5 inch coaxial for under $100? I mean, since it's kind of a throw out there question, check out the Kenwood Excellence. Let's see. Hi, Dean. How far in advance could we schedule an appointment with you guys to get some work done? I have no idea what our schedule looks like. I walk in the morning and I have work to do. Paul is the guy that handles all that. Best bet is to email him at 5starcarstereo@gmail.com with a idea of what you want us to do, car, make, and model, and all that fun stuff. And then we can kind of work through it from there and figure out when we can get you in. It is a few months, but it really just depends on what you're trying to do and when you need to do it. So, if everybody needs Mondays, well, then Mondays get booked up fast. But, like maybe nobody needs a Wednesday and there's a Wednesday that's open. So, yes, solid 14.5. Okay, so, you got good. So then if voltage is straight, constant, and yummy, then there you go. Maybe think about sending it back. Describe the problem. Make sure you have a good description of the problem. They have great customer support there to help you. Wow, Bobby, I didn't know that. 12-volt talk is back. Nice. Good. Derek finally decided to talk some more. It doesn't. It's after being on for 15 minutes. Dude, that is so weird. I would still want to see it with a voltmeter. Just see what's going on. Maybe try disconnecting all but 2 speakers too, just to see what happens. I set my appointment last month and it is scheduled for 2 months. There you go. Perfect. JBL make great subwoofers, man. It's kind of their thing. Fans run on high. Honestly, I think at this point, the best bet would be just to contact their tech support or contact their customer service and see, as long as you have the receipt, see about getting it in for repair and or replacement. It sounds like it's just doing something weird. Obviously, I'm not looking at it, but that's kind of where you're at. Have you gotten any new amps for your collection? No, not that I'm aware of. Not that I don't think so. Team, will Alpine replace the ILX W650 with a new version, or should I keep it? If you have are they coming out the ILX W650 or a 750? I have no idea. There isn't one scheduled to come out. If you have a current ILX W650 and it works, keep it. They do have a 5 series coming out, which is going to be above the 650 at some time this year. So, if you want something better, then definitely would be worth checking out then, because it's going to have a lot of new features built into it that the ILX 650 doesn't have. I hear that Bob isn't at American Base. He owns American Base. Unless he sold the company. It's kind of his company. So he did turn over distribution of the products to the wholesale house because he's concentrating more on the American Base. Or he's got a battery company now that he's really focusing on. So American Base, dealing with everyone that way, he's kind of moved a lot of that over to the wholesale house. But again, I don't talk to Bob. That was what he was telling us back in November when we were at SEMA. Yeah, I want something better than ILX W650. If you're a Pioneer fan, right now you have, the 407, I think it's either 407 or 409. And if you need HDMI, great. If you need iData connection, great. Otherwise, honestly, I'd wait till the 5 series comes out. That's going to be a way cooler radio for sure. And that, realistically, that'll probably be out this summer. So, if you can wait, that'd be what I would do. All right, listen, guys. Tonight is Monday, so 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you join us on Facebook. That's where we'll be at. We'll be taking your questions there. We're having lots of fun. I got to get back to work. You ready to get back to work, Fernando?
Oh, yes, man.
Yeah, see, he never stopped. Let's take a look at where he was at in the beginning when we started. So now he has the speaker mounted in place. It's all set and ready to go. We'll get this guy buttoned up, get the door panel back on, and life will be good. You guys have a great rest of your day. See ya. Bye. Joy. I love it when things change. It's alright. I've been meaning to spice it up a little bit.
Life change.
You know, it happens. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's my finger in the way. Pretty. Here's the other one. So if anybody's curious, yeah, you can fit a pretty big amp underneath the seat of a 4Runner. Yeah, those are monsters. Around, got the Pioneer 8600 in the dash. Rockford tweeters went in, nice and easy. Showed that yesterday. So this is done. Okay, it's not done. We just have to screw the seats down. But yeah, there you go. That's them. Dude, what's up? You better enter in the Morel giveaway. Yes, you better enter in the Morel giveaway.
That's right.
Head over to Morel
America.
Is it a Morel America?
Morel America on Instagram, right here, right now.
Okay, you got to bring it up just a little bit.
All right, guys.
There you go.
This is what we're going to do, okay? Morel America here on Instagram.
There you go. There you go. That was way better. You know, stop falling asleep on the job. Which Rockford speakers did you install? Danny, we went with the T2 components. So we have T2 tweeters up here. That's the metal tweeter. The T2 mid bass in the door. And then these are the T1 components, non-bridge. So they make two different T1 components to make the one where it comes out of the center post. That's what we used in these, not the one with the funky little bridge and the angle. That doesn't fit in a lot of things. But yeah, so that's what we did in this. Nando looks as wore out as me.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he's feeling a little pooey today. Let's all give him a big hug. What's up from Calgary, Alberta, Canada? What? Calgary. Yeah. What's the name of his place up there in Calgary?
Let me see.
No. The other one. With the cool amp. Pat's place.
Pat's. Ooh, man. Now you got me.
Pat, jeez, I can't think of the name of the place up there in Calgary. I know the owner's Pat, and I can't think of the name of it. It'll come to me at some point. But if you're in Calgary and you get a chance to go see his it's either an F-150 or an F-250 that they did with a bunch of little tiny, they did like what, 18 match amps?
Probably, yeah.
It was a ton of little match 2.1s. If you get a chance to see that, you have to. Talk about clean wire. They did some amazing wiring in that truck that was just like, it was pretty freaking awesome.
Laser, they pulled.
Yeah, they lasered acrylic and then laid the wire into it. It was insane. What's Fernando doing on the driver's side? Well, he drives all the cars. So, you know, we put pedals on, little blocks on the pedals, and everything's good. What's for lunch today, guys? What did you have for lunch?
Egg sandwich.
Yeah, an egg sandwich. So he ate breakfast for lunch. Today, I actually had lunch today. I had half a turkey sandwich.
There you go.
It was pretty impressive. Normally I just have fruit, but today I was feeling I had a half turkey sandwich in the refrigerator, and I was like, I'm gonna have the half turkey sandwich for lunch. Let's grab the bolts and we'll get this thing screwed back together. But normally we really don't get the whole little lunch thing. That's, it's not an office, so to speak. What's up, Mal? I like the underseat amps for security too. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. Ooh, is this done? All right, no. So we're waiting for the Pioneer software update to finish so that we can update this radio. Anytime you have glitches, bugs, or problems with the radios, make sure you check to see if there's some form of a software update. A lot of the times there are. Ooh, my drill. Let's put that back in its hole. Be looking for it in a little bit. There we go. Who did the wiring in Calgary? What's the place called? Certified, there it is, Certified Auto Sound, Calgary. See, I knew it would pop in my head. So, yeah, it's certified. Tip of the day. Oh, wow. Okay, Bobby, way to go. Let me think about it for a minute. It's an American giveaway only.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's because it's Morel America. So, yeah, I know. Kind of sucks.
Sorry.
Hello from West Virginia. What's up, Mr. Berg? Oh, for those of you guys that didn't know, Mr. William Berg there, who's a pretty smart guy, apparently, he has come out with a Bluetooth simple for volume control. But, yeah, so... Wireless. Well, that'd be Bluetooth. So, okay, well, are we calling it wireless or are we calling it Bluetooth? I don't know yet. Hopefully we're going to get our hands on one and we'll play with it. Let you know. Because one of the things... So, immediately when... He's been working on it for a while, but the funny thing is one of the problems we often have in the lab is that if the amplifier doesn't come with a bass knob, then we don't have subwoofer level in the lab. And, of course, now that we took the Epicenter Micro out, we haven't had a chance to put the new one back in. It's okay. Having something like that would be cool for when we do amplifiers that need a knob. So we just, that would be cool. Had chicken soup and a banana, soft diet, till I recover. No, I understand. Actually, that's 4 o'clock, so it is banana time. Did you already eat your banana?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm waiting. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll eat my banana. I had barbecue. Ooh, barbecue is good. Recently updated the 1057 XR and the Illusion Avalon seems more stable. I bet you it does, man. Bet you it does. Ooh, this one is done. All right. Yeah, I love it when they do updates. I wish there was a way, I say I wish there was a way they would tell us, but I'm sure if you register and do all that cool stuff that we tell everybody to do, Internet Explorer has stopped working. Of course it has. It's like a 200-year-old laptop, but all we have it for is doing this. And it's amazing that it still works, because the nicer laptop we had for DSPs died, and I'm still kind of upset about that. But, hey, it happens. So one of the cool things that, Pioneer gives you this little guy right here. I believe Kenwood's going to be giving you this thing too with the new radios. So in this case, because we're just using this, we can plug this guy in and, do our thing. But all the Apple devices now are coming with USB-C, and the Android devices have been doing it for a while. So if we're capable, we try to put the USB-C adapter in the dash. So not always, and it doesn't make sense every time, but in this case it does, and it looks sexy. So you got that cool USB-C in the dash. Doesn't always work, we don't always get our way, but when we have the opportunity to, it's pretty cool. All right, so let's go back here. All right, so let's turn off the screen. All right, so we're gonna go to settings. We'll go to tools, and we'll scroll up until we see system information, and then we'll click firmware update, and we'll say select the firmware update method, USB, please connect to USB, and select continue. Okay, so we had an error. Let's try this again. Firmware update. See, it's just not you guys, it happens to us too. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's continue. That's giving me an error. Alright, let's try it. Let's leave it plugged in and see what happens. See? There you go. Don't follow directions, people. They're not always right. We'll see what happens. Alright, so that's going to do its little thing in the background. But see, there you go. That's why we understand your pain. Let me get out of the car because Fernando's jamming on that. Reading, please wait. All right, so reading, please wait. So let's see what happens in a couple minutes. What's up, Arturo? That's the other thing. I gotta admit, one of the things that still stresses me out is software updates and radios. As much as I love them, they're so annoying. It's like some platforms are super stable and it's awesome. Other platforms, not so much, and it's scary as hell. because nobody wants to brick their really expensive radio, especially right now with the fact that you can't get radios. Kind of sucks. Chobani yogurt. There you go. SQL mid-bass 8-inch 150 RMS. Which brand shoes do I have? Okay, so on the expensive, like badass side, Illusion makes a really nice 8-inch for the door. There's Audio Frog that has an 8-inch. A little bit more price conscious would be Audison Prima, Focal. They're not called integration, but the Focal makes one in their inexpensive line. I don't know what you call it. Morel makes a 9-inch if you really got room. But okay, so there you go. Thanks for the shout out, Dean. Just finish up packaging and the manual. I know that feeling. Trust me, getting this whole monster to this point, what a pain in the butt. But, you know, those of you guys that have them, you know how awesome they are. So definitely keep going there. Morel just gave us some love. That's because, you know, you can get free stuff if you go over and like their page. How can I wire rear fill? Thanks. I'm interested to do it. What are your thoughts? Okay, I don't think I understand the question. That's okay. I'm just normal. Yep, there you go. Someone said the Illusion Audio or the Morel 9-inch. Ground Zero. What's going on? Hi, how are you? Ooh. Plug it in before it tells you to. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, there you go. See? Wow. OTA update for radio would be nice. So Pioneer actually does over-the-air update. That was one of the choices. It just hasn't been so reliable. I mean, it's sketchy enough using the USB. I got to be honest with you. We got to get a little bit further down the road here before I think these things are ready to do that. But back to the update in the car. Failure in update may result in product damage. Please read. Do not. Hey, let's just hit start. It's like running around with our pants off. And here we go. We're going from 1.33 to 3.0. Holy God, that is one hell of an update. I mean, shoot, this thing's probably going to work so much better now. It's amazing we made it through just the tuning portion of this.
Now it's going to have wireless CarPlay.
Yeah. You're terrible, Fernando. Hey, Natasha. That's not me. That's from their fan base. Everyone loves Natasha. Ford Sync 2 volume seems to trail off as it goes up. No, Sync 3 corrects this. I gotta be honest with you. I don't really care. I know, but you know, they make the MFT1 kit. They make the MFT2 kit that allows you just to, if you got that 8-inch screen in the dash, you can put any radio you want in there. So why wouldn't you do that? Because it's iData, which means you keep everything. Your backup camera, you get tire pressures, you get for each tire, you get your door is open, you get a check engine thing. So if you get a check engine light on, it'll actually tell you the code and all that. It's a Ford. We all know we're going to need that at some point. So there's a lot of things that are, go with a Kenwood 706 or 7706 short chassis. Man, it's the bomb. But anyways, no, I honestly don't know. I haven't paid attention to my car enough to see if that actually works the way it's supposed to now. But a lot of people do like the 3 over the 2. Dean, do you realize, thanks to you and Nando, the audio world is classier? Have you seen my shoes? I mean, I don't really consider those high class.
Update corrupted. Just kidding.
It says update successful. Oh, you're the worst, man. You're the worst. All right, so we got an update successful. So we'll just turn this guy off here. We'll pull out our thumb drive. We'll leave our thing. We'll turn this back on. We'll let it reboot up. Ooh, Pioneer NEX. Yay, Grace Notes. Does anybody know what Grace Notes is for? Powered by Grace Notes. Ah, okay. That's still there. All right. Go to here. Go to here. Oh, you want to check the update?
Yeah, I want to check that.
All right, so we'll go back to here. Put source off. Go to there. Yep. Go here. Just hey, the date and time is set.
Perfect.
Nice. It's only off by 4 hours, but that's okay. We can fix that somewhere. Where system information, firmware information.
Hey,
yeah, 3.0. All right. So now we just need to go back in here and find the clock settings. All right, and then we want to go. All right, so it is 16. So just keep hitting this till it says 16. 16. Yep, close enough. And we'll close that guy out there. Ooh, look at that, 4:59. The time is right. Isn't that a song? Oh, what a night. No, anyways. All right, so there we go. It's all up to date. Have you had any issues on the Stinger SSD set screws too short? The X-Link or stock shock crump. If you're talking about the distribution blocks, you got to be real careful with the washers. Hola! What's up, man? How's it going, Oscar? Took the words out of my mouth. LOL. I really feel like racing and smoking a Viper. I mean, you know, we ain't all got electric cars, my friend. But go for it, bro. If you'll feel better. Hey guys, actually watching your YouTube vid on the F-150 911 red now. I have a 2018 F-150 regular cab with the Linkwix 4th gen radio. What would you guys suggest for a system in my regular cab? Thanks. First thing I would suggest is either he's gonna do that. Is either a DSP amp or a DSP, because you're gonna need it coming out of that Linkwell radio, because it's really not an upgrade style radio. And so you're gonna want all the back end support you can get out of it. With that being said, you know, big fan of audio control, but you need something small. Let me shut the power off on this before I forget. We're done with that. You know, Audison makes the Prima stuff, which is small footprint style amplifiers, and they make the Forza, which is nice. Helix has their version, the 8.6 or the 6.8. Those are all small DSP amps. If you're a stop-start guy, both of them will work stop-start. Both of them have DSPs. So I would look into the Helix and or the Audison and see if, you know, some form of a DSP amp might be the way to go. If you go Helix, check out the Blam speakers. They're 2 ohm. That way you can run those Helix amplifiers and get the maximum amount of power out of them. You get tons of power. It's a really small footprint. And if you're going to go Prima, make sure you stick with the Audison speakers, because they're kind of a mix. They don't mix and match very well. Go ahead, do yeah. Is center channel something that is worse to install on a car stereo? No, center channel is actually fine. What makes center channel different is okay, so backing that up just a tad. We in the car audio world, or in the music world, I should say, deal with stereo, meaning left and right. We don't have surround, so we're not like movies and all that fun stuff. We don't have those encodings done in our music. We only have left and right. So what that means for you and I, if we want to do a center channel, we need some form of a product called an upmixer. An upmixer is what is taking that stereo signal and applying its correction to it, and its extraction, and it's baking it, and it's shaking it, and it's doing all these fun things, and it's extracting out what it thinks should be the information going to the center channel. So in a generic situation with a center channel, so for example, like a lot of DSPs said they have center channel capability, and it's usually maybe a left minus right, right minus left, and or a summed mono output. It's not a true center, and it's not it's just sound coming out of the center of the dash. So like in my car, the Mustang, it's not an upmix center channel, it's just a sound coming out of the dash. F-150s that don't have the premium system, it's just a sound coming out of the dash, which there's nothing wrong with. It's just if you're trying to do a true center channel to get that like main vocal that sounds for both people, then you need some form of an up mixer. Now, keep in mind, if you're just doing a 2-channel audio system and you have time alignment, you can give yourself a center channel, or what sounds like a center channel. It makes the voice sound like it's coming straight out of the dash. You know, like it would sound like it's coming from like right here, just by adding delay to this speaker, because this one's going to be the farther speaker. So let's say this is 65 inches. You have to add the equivalent time delay to this to make this guy think that it's 65 inches. So what you're doing is you're not physically moving the speaker out there. It's an illusion by holding it's holding the sound for just, you know, milliseconds. And it is the easiest way to kind of think about it. And then it's releasing it, and that is allowing it to align with the further speaker, and that is going to give you a center image. And the best way to demonstrate that, if you've never heard that in a car, it's okay, but have you heard it in your house? Which is a great place to do it. One of the conversations we had at Master Tech Expo was a lot of people don't even know what they're tuning a car for, meaning they don't have a good reference of stereo, not of car audio, of stereo. So they've never heard a good stereo. They have surround sound at home, or they have some crappy sound bar. Now, if you have surround sound at home with real left and right speakers, turn all that surround stuff off, sit in the middle with your comfortable chair, play some music a couple feet back, you know, so you have like a nice triangle, and just kind of listen. And what that should give you the illusion of is when the main vocalist is singing, if they've put her in the center, or if she was standing in the center, depending on the year of the music you're listening to, then she should sound in the right spot. And that's what you're trying to get in a car. So if you've never worked with DSP before, if you've never done time delay before, sitting and actually hearing an analog version of that in real life is a great place to start. Headphones don't do it justice, because it's really a really small sound stage, and sometimes like the center vocal just kind of like, or it's here, and it's, you know, open backs are a little better for headphones because you get the whole room, and it will push the illusion, the illusion of pushing the sound out a little bit further. But sound is an illusion. It's playing tricks with our ears and doing all kinds of fun stuff like that. So try listening to a nice home stereo. And hey, if you don't have a nice home stereo and you'd like to build one, 2-channel that is, don't forget, Audio Control makes the Rialtos. And one of these days we'll get the boxes that William Berg made us and we'll put some speakers in it. Maybe sooner than you think. What's up, Paul? What are those? I don't know. Installed Kenwood 706 this last weekend. Totally forgot you said the factory backup camera setting is set to off. It happens. Those shoes get perfect with a tux, like Jordan's. I do have a perfect pair of fur tux. They're black and white. So they, you know, I wear them all the time with pants when I have to wear dress pants. The girls absolutely hate them. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to skip over a bunch of questions. I apologize. It's nothing personal. I've learned a lot from your YouTube channel. A lot. Headed home to try and get my Kenwood DSP to work. Gonna do what you suggested so many times and run my phone as the head unit and see if the problem is with my RCAs on the factory head unit soldered. Hey, no problem. Give it a try. Hopefully everything works. Phantom center channel. Yeah, for sure. Seen an old school Aurora bass shaker. Looked interesting. Wonder if you've ever dealt with such thoughts throughout your travels in car audio. Funny you should mention that. There was a time in my life where I did some rep work for a rep. What are you doing? Just getting the big trash out?
Yeah.
Okay. I did some rep work, and one of the companies that we represented was Alpine. And Alpine teamed up with Aura to make the Aura bass, to sell the Aura bass shaker. So it was probably in the 90s at some point. Anyways, what they did, Alpine, is they took a JanSport backpack, put a big piece of foam and a hardboard on it, and attached the Aura bass shaker to it with a small little IC amp. And it had a plug. So what you do is you get, they're made for Circuit City. I really wanted one, but you know, and I'm sure somewhere somebody might still have one. But you put it on, you plugged it into the display board, and then and it would just shake your back. So it's like an awesome little back massage. The idea was they're more for home. You attach them in a couch and it shakes the couch with the subwoofer and makes it, feel like something. If you put them on a loose piece of metal, or a big flat piece of metal that would vibrate, because it's basically just the motor structure of the driver with a weight inside of it, and that weight smacks the bottom of the car. There's cork usually on the bottom of them, and it causes the car to cavitate, which is creating the bass. They work great they worked okay if you had like a small subwoofer in the car and you just wanted to give the illusion of a bigger bass feel, then you could use those and they would do that. But for the most part, they sucked and you needed another amplifier. We did do a pair for a guy a couple of years back. Yeah, it was weird because he had like 18s in the car. I was like, really? Remember that? Putting the little bass engines underneath that guy's front seat? Probably not. That's the pressure washer, dude. Anyways, yeah. So, a little bit of history there. Circuit City, old school days. Yeah. What is your favorite sub and why? If you can't pick one, pick two. Oh, Elias. Wow, Elias. So I like deep fat bass in most applications. Not all applications, but some applications. I'm a big fan of the Rockford P3 because it puts out big fat bass, and I like big fat bass. Other than that, I don't really have like a super favorite woofer. I don't.
Pick one.
I did pick one. I picked the P3. Okay. But I'm not there again. It's just because, and it's not because I'm absolutely in love with the woofer. It's just we've worked with it a lot. I know what it sounds like. I know what it can do. And it's more the reliable thing. It's like, she's a good horse.
Oh, okay.
Which
one is yours, Elias? I want to see.
He's got some Ground Zero stuff that's probably pretty badass. I'm dying to put my Morel in. That would be nice. You have the uranium sub in your car.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah,
sounds really
it does.
Nice.
It does. Yeah. Ported. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's a solid system, man.
That's a solid system. That's.
What was the info on the Tessa tape you recommend for Texas, Florida weather? Good question. So there's two types of Tessa tape, or even JK is another version of this. So you have JK tape. Both make, a version of this, and there's two types. So you have the fuzzy stuff that's right here, and the fuzzy stuff in small amounts. This is what most car manufacturers use, is this fuzzy stuff, but some of them are switching to this. This is the exterior Tessa tape. Now this has to be cut with scissors, so you'll know the difference because you ain't ripping this at all. So we like to cover the majority of the harness in this, that especially around something that's going to be serviceable. If we have any connection points, we'll use this because this is way easier to get off down the road. So we'll also use this if we're going from the back of the car to the front of the car, and really the wire is only going to sit here and never ever do anything other than sit here. We'll use the fuzzy stuff because it's only ever going to be right there. It's not serviced part. So a lot of times what will happen is it'll be the good stuff to here, fuzzy, and then the good stuff into the dash. Just because, believe it or not, this is just easier to wrap. This stuff when you get done, man, it's like a wrist workout. You're like, oh my gosh, dude, carpal tunnel. But yeah, those are the two types of Tessa tape. And we use a bunch of both, so. Interesting, thank you. You're welcome. Favorite sub, anything from Publix or Firehouse?
I take Publix.
Publix, bro. It's got to be a Publix. Pub sub.
Publix.
That's what I had for lunch today. I had half or a quarter. It'd be a quarter because it was a half a sub.
Yeah.
And I had a quarter of it for lunch.
You got 2 subs and a nitro?
We really haven't done anything. Like, Paul sells the Scar stuff over there, but I don't know enough about it to really get into that. I'm not a sub guy, man. I'm really not a sub guy. Meatball sub from Subway. You're going for the cheapest thing they make? I never understood that one. A lot of guys love the meatball sub. I have nothing against it. I don't eat red meat, so no. Your opinion on the Rockford T4? That's one of the only... Okay, never heard them. Have never heard the T4s.
And we're about to that close.
We're this close.
And never happened.
No, it was so disappointing. One of these days we'll get them.
One of these.
One of these days. One of these days we'll have a set. I mean, we could probably ask for some, but HW30 D2s. There you go. Ground zeros. Yep. I mean, I have a big ground zero up front that I need to put in Haileys' car at some point. Mid recommendation for dash of a 2018 Chevy Colorado. If you're looking for that 2-inch to go up in there, Kenwood C2s, man.
Yeah, totally.
Kenwood C2s. I mean, not everyone's gonna love that, but I'm telling you, get the 6902s from Kenwood. You won't be disappointed.
Or the more.
You're gonna need power for those. Have you played with the Critical Mass UL12? No. And see, like I said, we're not big SPL guys, so we don't really, we don't have the SPL companies reaching out to us and stuff like that. So there are some badass, amazing woofers out there. I am not the guy to be like, bro, have you worked with this triple stack, bar? I mean, honestly, some of these woofers to me are works of art. I thought one of the coolest things that didn't make it into the video, just because somebody was a little too close with the camera and kind of screwed up the angle, was Rockford had a shelf where they had all of their super woofers. So all the way back to like the HE2s, all the way up to the modern T, whatever the hell it is, all the 12s just like stacked. And it was so cool. It was like, oh my gosh. I was like, dude, everyone needs to leave. I don't think this will fit back on the plane, but I want all of these. When I sold Rockford Fosgate, I love the T1 power cell. It's funny you should say that, because hiding behind that stuff right up there, there it is. There's Fernando's T1 woofer. And that's foam sitting on top of it. And that's his baby. That's his baby boy right there. So, Elias, he's right there with you, man.
No,
T1.
we can be friends, buddy.
I mean, I figured you could be friends anyways. Aren't you guys like the same height? No, just kidding. No, he's not short. I'm joking. Have a Tundra. What's a good setup to run for component speakers? In the front dash, you can fit a 3.5-inch speaker. Okay, so it really comes down to what you want as far as the look and feel and all that other stuff. We've been doing a lot of the 6903 Kenwoods when we're, in that like mid-fi area. And then you can get into something with a big tweeter, which will play down low and give you very nice sound. So you kind of have to decide, do you want the mid-range, a ton of mid-range coming from the dash? Because we've done the Morel Maximus up there, and they sound great. And then we've done the 6903s from Kenwood up there, and there again, they sound great. And then we've even done some Focal Flax up there, which is totally the opposite of all of that, and they sound great. So it just comes down to there's no right or wrong answer here. Nando, looking like a little kid after getting ice cream.
I haven't gotten ice cream, man.
Yeah, we got to talk about that cake the other day too, man.
I didn't like it.
Nobody liked it.
Yeah,
that was not a good. Nobody puts nuts in cake.
I don't know. I didn't make it.
I know you bought it though. It was very.
Didn't make it. I didn't bought it.
It was very dry.
Yeah.
It was very dry. I think you should have stuck with Publix on that one. I know.
Normally it's like.
I know.
Tres leches.
That was not tres leches.
But they didn't want it to buy. So.
Yeah. Well, of course it's his. Next time, let's do his thing. Dang. Well, I have 2 sets waiting to go in. Just can't find any in-depth reviews or thoughts on them. Thanks, guys. Well, I forgot what speakers you were talking about, Mike. Put them in, man. Just if we're talking about the T4s, put them in. You're not going to be disappointed, okay? You're not going to be disappointed. They're a badass speaker.
Yeah, the T4s.
You're not going to be disappointed, all
right?
right?
No, they are really nice.
What about Rockford 8-inch mids? It's a mid. So if you're looking for a big tweeter, that's what those are going to do. Mm-hmm. They do not play mid bass. They're not a mid bass. They're a loudspeaker. So if you're after that loudspeaker, then yes, they're an amazing loudspeaker, but they're not. No, I like them too. If I got to do loud, if I had to do louds, I'm either doing Hertz where I'm doing the Rockfords. Sorry, Elias, I just haven't heard the Ground Zeros yet. Okay, I take that back. I have heard them.
Where?
From every motorcycle that's ever been at Knowledge Fest, we've heard them across the hall. So maybe I do a set of those, because Jesus Christ, those things are loud. I was saying, he's going, you've heard them. Everyone's heard them. Everyone in the building, everyone in a mile radius of those motorcycles has heard them. They're ridiculously loud. Sorry, GZHW. It's okay, man. We knew you were going to say Ground Zero. I just read it wrong, too. I should have known better. Those model numbers always get me. You're a work of art.
That's a song.
You're silly. All right, we're going to end on that with Elias laughing at us. You guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, tomorrow's Wednesday, and we're going to have Brian Schmidt, Mobile Solutions, as well as Cardio Fab Mark and Brian on the show, 6:30, YouTube. Make sure you're there, because you're not going to want to miss it. That's for sure. Why? Well, because we're going to be on the air with them. I mean, we've never had Mark on the show before, and this will only be the second or third time we've had Brian on. So,
yep.
I mean, hey, how it's
6:30, guys. 6:30.
How do you like Audio Frog GBs?
GBs are monsters.
GBs are awesome.
Yes.
They're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them so much. No, I'm being serious. They're freaking awesome speakers. Yeah. GB60, benchmark for a 6.5. Hands down. One of the badass 6.5s on the planet. All right, guys. You have a great rest of your day. Bye. Man, look at the bokeh on that shot. Good day, everyone. So those of you wondering, that was lunch. Even though it's like almost 5 o'clock. Let's head inside here. It'll be nice after... I can't wait to get the new cabinets, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I just now, just need to get the taxes done, and then we'll get the new cabinets. Hola from Hawaii. Ooh, I'll be there.
Aloha.
Be there in July. I can't wait. Vacation is in July. You excited about it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. I know, right? Who cares? Good day, everyone. Yes, as you saw walking in, we were working on a Jeep. Yeah, nothing too exciting. He had a radio in there that he didn't like, so he had us pull that out. We're putting a Kenwood 706 in it. We're putting in the Alpine backup camera. We've already got that done. Here you go. So the Alpine backup camera is already in there. Just do that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then the one thing I wish Alpine would do is, as you can see, we put the braided wire loom on it, this stuff. I wish Alpine would pre-do that on this. I know, it'd be like it's already the most expensive camera on the face of the earth, but it would, and it's a nice camera, but we loom it all the way up from back there to here. And then we're doing the iData harness, the RR, which is great because this is made for that. So over here, the harness that it comes with is this green and black plug here that automatically plugs in. And if you've ever done one of these, you're going, wait a minute, that's not how it normally looks. Of course it's not. We stripped it all down and made it the way we want it to look. But here's the harness. And so that's all set and ready to get in there. He's missing this right now. I guess he has it at home. So that's the cigarette lighter. We are doing the ZZ Air wireless CarPlay adapter. So we're moving the USB back to the factory location, which is in the glove box. I'm sorry, in the armrest. And that's what this pack piece here is for. This isn't for this car. So we don't need that.
You name them.
We'll put that over there. Glove box? We used to put gloves in them. So it was the glove box.
So on the center console, can you not put gloves?
No, that's a center console.
What do you put in there?
I don't know.
Guns?
Guns and drugs. And lots of cash. So this is the radio here. These are the Alpine brackets. In case you're wondering, these are the best. These are the brackets. We order these from Pack Parts, not to be confused with Pack Audio. This is Pack Parts. It's a part supplier out of California that sells these, and these are the best brackets ever. So, yeah, we buy these. And hey, if anyone has ever wondered, these are the Kicker factory upgrades for the Jeep that you can get. Kicker still sells these. These at some point were in Stillwater, Oklahoma. They make these specifically for Chrysler. Each one of these is hand tested before it goes out to ensure that it is going to be perfect for them. They had them in the front. They did not have them in the rear because they were just using their little 2.5-inch middler. Did you already get the tweeters put in?
I got the tweeters one.
You got
the
one.
The other one has to
so
wait
here's
this one has to go first.
Yep. So here's this. Fernando's working on making the mount for the microphone, the Bluetooth mic.
Fiberglass.
It's fiberglassing up, which is cool. It is like a form of fiberglass. What we use is, you don't have to move. We use Tessa tape in the fleece stuff because it absorbs, and then we coat it with the glue, and that makes it the CA glue.
Yep.
And that it doesn't stick to the mic, and it just makes this hard back piece on it that'll snap into place and works really well in the Jeeps. We've been doing that now for years, so that's cool.
And it works for me, okay?
And it works for you. I taught him how to do it. Now it's his. Now he owns it. Audio Plus is in the house.
No, somebody's gonna say that's wrong.
I don't care. I really don't care. Anyone can. I'm looking for a quality, high-power 4-channel amp in a small size. I was looking at the Rockford 404. What else do you recommend? The PBR 404 is a beast. That was one of the first amps we put into the lab. We put that on that box right there. So we ran that. This is a P2, I think, P2.8. So we put half of it on P2.8 and the other half on a set of components in the doors, and it powered the crap out of those. It was the Phoenix Gold Highs. Yep, back when those were in. You have the audio control ACM 4.300. You have the Sound Digital 800.4. So any one of those would work well for you. What?
So microphone, who installed those?
Oh, microphones? Yeah, sorry. Got to put those in. All right, hang on a second. So we got, all right, that's a good picture of the air. All right, we got a package in today that I want to share with you guys. It's not ours. We're actually borrowing it to play with. They don't need it anytime for like another month or so. So they're like, "Hey, do you want to play with this?"
I want to put it here.
No, let's just do it here because I don't want to move all that stuff because that's all laid out. We got room right here,
Okay.
so we can do it here.
Where is it?
It's up front. It says you can't miss it. Anyway, so at Absolute Electronics, Rockville, Maryland, got a set of. Yes, he got a set. Oscar got a set of Arena X's. And for those of you guys that don't know what an Arena X is, you're gonna find out today. Hold on. That's them right there. So he's going to be putting these in his Honda Civic that he's building. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to take a look at these?" Now, we're going to do a formal unboxing of these. However, since we're here and we got about 10 minutes, let's take a look at these. So JBL sent them to him to build his car. Just like they sent us these cool amplifier DSPs to play with. Go back to these because these are awesome. Now, for those of you that are curious what an Arena X JBL is, I recommend Googling them because, we don't talk about prices and stuff. But, fear the price on this one. These are not for everyone's budget. These are the most expensive speakers we've ever had the pleasure of seeing.
Has the Brilliant certification?
That's the tweeter right there, and it's about that size too. It's a monster.
It's about this size.
Just flip it over, and don't flip it over. I was gonna say, just flip it over. Come on, man. This ain't your first day. Yes. All right, save it. Yeah, gotta save it. All right, so we gotta be careful getting this apart. Yeah, I think it's just a flap here in the front. Mm-hmm. Perfect. These are on loan, so they gotta go back.
Oh, dude, if you feel that.
Oh, it's nipply.
Here.
No, yeah, but it's the whole box is nipply. I mean, that's okay. These are $5,000, guys. These are $5,000. So
Wow.
yeah. All right. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so they give you a whole little spiel on the inside. All right, let's keep going. Congratulations. You have purchased Arena X, 75 years in the making. You only live once. Live it with live it with great JBL sound. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
All right. All right, so let's start there again. I don't want to get too deep into this. Actually, I think the only thing we're going to take out of these today is the tweeter, because I want to save something for the video.
No, that's fine.
So I want to take a look at here. Do me a favor. You take over, because I've been dying to see these, and I don't mean that in the. Okay, so look at the size of these. Like, here's a can of spray paint. All right, so for scale.
Grab the 6x8.
Not everybody knows how big a 6x8 is, but yeah, look at the size. That's a. Okay, yes, we know this is not going to fit in. This is going to be a custom pillar install. But this is metal. This isn't plastic. This is just beautiful, man. So yeah, this is where you look at and you say, you know, how do we take a very expensive home audio speaker and repurpose it for car audio? Beryllium, JBL. Oh. So this is an enclosure on the back here. You can tell. So this probably has some form of acoustic foam inside of it. It does look like it comes apart, which means at some point we'll probably pull the back off and just see if it comes off. But yeah, so there's that. This is a 3-way set. So in the box, pan back some, you get the 6.5, you get the mid-range, you get these cool grills.
I like the grills because they are
really
magnet.
sharp. Oh, and you can kind of see the little JBL logo.
Go,
right
like,
there.
hang on.
Yeah.
Go right there.
Yeah. So they magnetize onto the speaker. So yeah, they're sticking right on. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
But anyways, I don't want to spoil it. I just wanted to show you guys that we have these, and JBL has hooked Ada up with a set, which is pretty awesome. I look forward to hearing them at one of the trade shows, because I know if he gets this thing done, we're definitely going to get a chance to hear it. However, we're hoping to get the chance to hear it and demo it for you guys. What I'm hoping is that we can get these to fit in the William Berg boxes that we have and take a listen to them. It's just really going to come down to time and how much time we have before we have to send them back. Because they do have to go back.
They have to go back, that's for sure.
Go back in pristine condition. So even if we do get to listen to them, we have to be nice.
Did they run out of gas or electric?
Yeah.
I like it.
But no, so we got a set of these to play with. Thank you, Ada. Thank you, JBL, for giving them to Ada, who's letting us borrow them. This was his idea. This wasn't my idea. So I'll take that back from you.
Let me grab the other one.
I don't know if I want to show him the other one yet.
Maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, let's wait. I want to let JBL have
another box.
Yeah, we have another box too, but we'll play with that tomorrow. I'd really like to, you guys to concentrate on the JBL aspect of this, because it's, dude, the Arena X, it's like, our rep came to us when those first got announced, like, hey, you guys want to play with a pair of those? And I was like, not really, because, it's, no. And then Ada was like, yeah, now I do. So, with the Kenwood 6x9s and the 3.5s fit a 2020 Jeep Cherokee? If not, what do you recommend? Yeah, I think it'll fit. I mean, these are 2.5s. This is the same speaker that should be in that. Mm-hmm. We fit 3.5s in this location, and if it's this speaker, then yeah, it'll fit. So this is the standard Jeep speaker that they use in all their cars. So if it's got this, the 3.5 will fit in, no problem, and that's a great speaker to put in it. That's like the most popular upgrade we do in these things. So, how did the 4Runner sound when it was done? The customer loved it, so that's all that matters. I thought it sounded great. He thought it sounded great. It was full loud Rockford system. He said to me, he goes, holy cow, I didn't think it was going to sound anything like this. And also, I can't believe I have basically the same equipment in my wife's car, and it sounds so much different than this. And I was like, okay, cool. So Yeah. Perfect size suitor for the Mustang. What Mustang are you talking about? I wouldn't be able to see out of the window. I'd have to have GM make me clear acrylic A-pillars so that I could see so I don't die. But and those of you, Oscar, did you know your video went up today? So for those of you that want to see Oscar's Tesla and experience the sound that it is, we put that video up today as promised. There was going to be a Tesla today. It just so happened to be Oscar's Tesla went up. So check a look at that over on YouTube and let us know what you think. Also tonight at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, don't forget on YouTube, the 5-Star channel, as always, we'll have Brian Schmidt and Mark from Cardio Fab on. And we're going to do a cool something or other. And we'll have lots of fun. How exciting is that?
How exciting.
It is exciting. I'm happy. This will be the first time we've ever had Mark on one of our shows. So,
yeah.
There's Yak Dill. He got a shout out too.
Hi.
Yeah, he got a shout out for helping the tuning process in that one. You know, it was a bummer we didn't get to film his car, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
One day we might. Got to get this yard cut to make it to the 6:30 show. Well, go cut the grass, man. Go cut the grass. Definitely. I pay someone to cut the grass. That was actually I think that was like a birthday or Father's Day present at one
really?
point. Yeah.
For the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life.
There you go.
So it was like, I'm just going to pay someone to cut the grass so you can spend time with us. And I was like, okay.
How nice.
It was like one of the nicest things he's ever done for me. She's done a lot of nice things, but that one was definitely by far one of the coolest because I didn't want to do it because I was like, I don't want to spend the money. And she's like, I don't care.
But now it was worth it. Honestly,
I don't even think about it anymore. Like I literally go, oh, the grass is cut. And she's like, yeah, they cut it like 3 days ago. And I'll be like, I never look. And when it's dark out and we get home in the dark, I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Can't leave the 5-minute vids. They are great. Cool, man. I'm glad you like them. Oh. Okay. No problem. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Hold on. Hi, guys. Your library of videos gets me through long shifts at work. LOL. I'm about to send 200 RMS to each door and my F-150. Feel as though I should run bigger wires into the doors, but that is a pain. Ideas, you'll be fine. Trust me, you will be fine.
No, you don't.
You are going to be fine. You're fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But no, you'll be fine. We've put lots of power through those wires and never have an issue. You're good. Roush Mustang Alpine speakers.
Yeah.
Oh, we're almost done with it.
like-
No, we did. That's the video that's up right now. Is we did the X-Type with the little 2.5s. I will tell you this: those are cool, but we do have Alpine does have 2 more sets of 3-ways coming out. They have an R-Type set of 3-ways coming out, which is a true set of 3-ways, and then they have the Status set of 3-ways that is coming out too. So those are all down the road here this year coming out. So not cardio question, but what do you guys prefer, Diamond Box or Bump Box? Honestly, I'm okay. So I'm not a Bluetooth speaker guy, only because my life really doesn't have time for that. Fernando has always wanted a Diamond Box. Like, he really wants me to get him a Diamond Box at some point, and I would like to get one just to hear it. A big fan of Tony, not gonna lie, big fan of Tony, big fan of everything Tony's done. I've met Tony. I've sat in one of Tony's lectures, and if you really want to be blown away, yes, he lectures like it's like you leave there going, damn, like totally different thought process. He's a great guy. So, I mean, I always like to, help my friends or help people that I know. So I would probably be a Diamond Box guy just because I know Tony. And that's not to say I wouldn't do the other one. I don't know. I'm just not that guy. Putting the system together for a 1972 C10, but the customer is requesting a late carbon 3-ways. I don't know how the hell I'm going to put those. May want to talk him into the carbon nanos, man. I know he wants the Haileys, but dude, the Carbon Nanos. And let me tell you what, Oscar, dude, this MM2, the MM2 mid-range that comes in that 3-way set, dude, one of the best. Like, we did a bunch of testing on mid-range and wideband mid-range, not necessarily this, but we had it, so Fernando's like, let's try it anyways. This thing beats most wideband mid-range. I'm not going to tell, like, it just destroyed. Like, yeah, as far as like response went, it was the second best one that we tested for response output. I was like, it's really not even what it's made for. So that's the guy. And you know how those shallow pancakes speakers sound. So yeah, good luck with that though. Have fun. Did you hear that, Fernando, you're getting a diamond box?
I hear that. It's record. It's right there.
Yeah, anyways. All right, so what was I was going to say something. Oh, the question I had is I've been approached to do a lot of work and something else, meaning create something else that you guys might be interested in. You know, other than the wire ruler, other than the IRTA2, which is, you guys should all go to DNF Tool Drawer and buy an IRTA2 because that helps fund other things, as well as you just now have one of the coolest tools for measuring electrical signal on the face of the earth.
That's right. That's right. Go get it right now.
I mean, that's a big, yeah, it is. It's one of the coolest tools ever. But wouldn't you guys be interested in like a magazine book at the end of the year that's like the year in review? So like a one-off like best of magazine. So like some of the best cars that we've seen, some of the best builds that we've seen, some of the new products, you know. So think of like a 2022 year in review, where you know it's a hardbound book. I don't know how many pages it would be. You know, it'd probably have to be like $50 or $60, limited edition, obviously. Would anybody be interested in something like that?
Just once a year?
Just once a year, you know, and it's like all the cool stuff that happened in the previous year. So like it would be available in like March or something like that, because it would be for the year previous. So it'd be like not a Christmas book or anything like that. Literally it'd be like first quarter of the following year, everything that happened in 2022 that was awesome. $50-ish, hardback. I don't know how many pages. There again, we haven't done it. It's right now. It's an employment. We're talking about it, and they want me to get involved in it, and I don't know if there's a market for it, because like I subscribed to some magazines up until like last year, and I never read them, and I buy books all the time that I never read. Like, you know, I just bought Fernando the cool book the other day that Tom Miller recommended, and I bought myself a copy of it too, and I know I'll never open the damn thing. So I'm just curious if that's, because it'll be a ton of work.
Right.
I say go for it, Dean. Your spin-off on it would be the new car audio magazine of the day. Yeah, I mean, and that was the idea. Tonight's going to be awesome, you guys, with Brian and Mark. I hope, dude, I'm really excited about tonight. Like, a lot of times, you know, we do the live show, and it's like, we're going through the motions, and, you know, I know we need to get back to fundamentals, but tonight, talking with Brian, and I'm excited to talk with Mark. I got to be honest with you. More so Mark than Brian. No offense, Mark. Or no offense, Brian. Hello from Akron, but currently on Clearwater Beach, getting my spring break on. There you go.
Man. Very nice.
Don't stop by and say hi. No, don't do that. Just kidding. You can if you want. Interesting. Seems like a lot of work. Oh, it'll be a ton of work. That's why it would be like after the first quarter. It'd be a ton of work. Damn, books, mags are needed in the industry. Sounds like a bloody good idea. I miss all the good school audio mags. I still have crates of car audio mags. Damn it. What do you guys think about Shello Rockford T112s, Fernando?
I love them.
There you go. Hola.
Hey.
Oh, it's gray.
Sound effects.
It's gray. It's Gary. I don't know why I said it's gray. It's Gary. What's up, Gary?
It's Gary Gray.
Gary Gray. Shades of gray. Yeah.
Okay.
He was 50. That guy. Anyways, so yeah, if you guys, if you know, if you're watching this live, you let me know. If you're watching this rebroadcast on Monday, I'll join just in time. No, you didn't, because we already went over your Arena X that are sitting right here. We already. Oh we fingered the hell out of those things, man. Fernando's like all over the tweeter, touching that beryllium,
totally.
flicking boogers on it.
I was trying to do this to the Twitter just to see if it sounds good.
You just drive. He goes. You just drive my hair color. I mean, I'm not there yet, but damn it, man, it's contagious. One catches the other one. It's like I got gray COVID going on in my beard. Everyone's got it. Dean, when you're going to Austria, the Austria trip is the end of April.
Yep.
So it's the end of April, the last week of April through the first week of March, May. Somewhere in that range. I don't know. There's a lot of plane time. I do know that.
I like
so
that
a
one.
lot of plane time. Which one?
No, I had to say I finger first.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah. That was that smell.
So nasty.
Tweaking the tweeters. Yeah. Eddie, you won't believe what he called your S2000. Called it a Civic.
Hey, Fernando, what's up,
It's
bro?
because he said he has a Civic that these are going in, not an S2000. It doesn't really matter. It's a Honda. They're all the same to me. I know Honda guys' heads just exploded somewhere. What? It's a Civic. It's kind of an inside joke. See, there you go. Wow, was planning on stopping by that last week of April. Fernando will still be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fernando will be here. If you're in the area and you want to stop by, come by and say hi to Fernando. He'll be lonely. He'll be living his best life because I won't be here to bug him. So the radio will be playing full blast.
We're going to have like disco balls in here.
Yeah, he'll be having a spectacular time. Do you think Folk House speakers are better than the Rockford speakers?
They have different lines.
I was going to say, what are we talking about here? I mean, are we talking like Prime versus Auditor? Or are we talking, so it's a different beast.
Different beast.
It's a different beast. They have different sound signatures. So if you're asking about sound, they're two totally different people.
Right.
They're close. They're very close because the guy that likes like a Rockford T2 is also going to like a Focal speaker because they both have hard dome tweeters. They're both very, very loud speakers. But they're both unique and they have their own love for each other.
We have the other package. We're going to show them probably tomorrow, Ada.
Yeah, we're going to show that tomorrow. I don't want to take away from the arenas, man.
No.
That's enough of a shock for people. Just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And there, we didn't even go real deep on the arenas, because we want to make sure we can do a better unboxing of them and let everyone just get nice and close. And I might even put a macro lens on there just so you guys can like really see.
Yep.
Probably not. It seems like it's like the Porsche and the VW. You like C7?
C7 or L7?
It says it says L7.
L7.
I don't know why I was thinking.
C7.
You know why I was thinking C7.
Yeah, L7s are great.
L7s are wonderful.
Yeah.
The L7T, Haley has that in her car. Very enjoyable. Like it. I got another one sitting on the shelf up there. I own one myself. They're pretty awesome.
C12
Howdy, boys.
Productions.
C12 Productions, local guy here in the house, taking pictures.
Yeah.
Hey, Ada. Cool. I'll bring some Coronas. If you're gonna do that, make sure it's late at night. Is 200 watts too much for over two 602s or 603s running passive high pass at 80 hertz? I mean, okay. The most we've probably put on those is going to be like 120 watts, maybe 150 watts, I think. But 200 watts is fine. Like,
as long as you have.
There again, as long as you set up, as long as you get the gain set properly, as long as you have everything set up properly, you should be fine. Power is not the problem. It's the distortion created from setting things up wrong that is the problem. So.
Set it up first, man. Make sure you
keep that gain low. At 200 watts, you shouldn't even need gain.
Nope.
Put them in a car. Well, who's got room for that tweeter in a car, man? What's up, guys? So the box came from JL. No. Silly boy.
No.
What do you think about I've never even heard of him. I honestly, I've never heard of him. Send me a link. I'll check them out. But I've never heard of him.
Never heard.
Sorry. I mean, it's got a cool
boxes. MTI boxes are amazing. Very good.
What do you think about MTI boxes? Actually, I have two of them right there behind this wall, sitting on the couch. I have a Ram box and an F-150 box. Mild to wild, man. You can get it crazy, you can get it simple, do whatever you want.
You can call them. They can make whatever you want.
Yeah. Haley getting the quad box back on her install tomorrow night, right, Dean? Yeah, it's funny you should mention that, Wim, because we were talking. Her and I went out to eat last night because they left to go to do a Disney run this weekend that I can't go to because next week we'll be at the Go Fast in Connecticut, wherever that is, Springfield. We'll be there. Wednesday is when that's happening, so we're flying out, gonna hang up there for a day. Anyways, her and I were talking about it, and I was like, I really wish we could have kept the quad box. And she's like, well, where would you have put it? And I said, I would have left it in your car. And she goes, no, you wouldn't have. And I was like, why? She goes, that took up a lot of room. And I was like, yeah, but it was fun. She goes, oh, yeah, everyone that sat in my car loved it, but I like my trunk space. So, yeah, we don't have the quad box anymore. Somebody actually, we were supposed to have shipped it back. They worked out a deal with Paul, and it left our possession. So the only thing we got from that whole thing is that KCA 2400.1 right there, which is stuck on the wall permanently. And yeah, it's just fond memories and great videos. And hey,
thank you, man. We're gonna check it out, that website.
German Maestro M line.
Oh, German Maestro is over there.
I was gonna say, I think there's, aren't they?
I don't think we have the M.
I don't think we have the M. No,
I don't think so. We have the Alpha and the Status.
Yeah, so we have Status and Alpha. Obviously, these are your entry level. These are a step up.
Yep.
But yeah, no, great guys. Really liked the time we spent with them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get these in a car at some point. I really want to.
That's right. Another can.
Shut up. Let's see, what do we got here? I think that's it for now. All right, so there again. If any of you noticed, I've lost the 5-star logo on our icon. I apologize. I screwed up something yesterday. I just haven't had time to put it back. Any new tools in the shop you guys are loving?
Right now?
You got your new soldering iron.
Yeah.
So, Aussie Iron's new soldering iron is the
Solder Master.
The new Solder Master with carbon fiber. He's been playing with this. I don't know how much he loves it yet.
Oh, I love it. I like it.
I'm trying to think. I mean, honestly, we spent so much time playing with our tool, which is the IRTA2.
I still love my ex-girlfriend.
Yes, yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I don't know if I bought you a set of Torx screwdrivers. That was about it.
There, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I think the new tool that will be. Just wait.
Oh yeah, you're funny.
Just wait.
Have y'all ever worked on a car with vertical doors? Yes, not in a long time though.
Vertical. Oh yeah.
You're funny, Oscar. The flashlights. Oh no, the flashlights have definitely been cool.
The flashlights are good. Yeah, I like it.
We should do it. I know we got to do a video on those.
You have to put it in there.
Yeah. So we've been using these Astro. These are cordless. So one of the problems we were having with our Saber lights is that you had to charge them via USB, and the USBs always broke because apparently they just aren't quality enough to figure that out. So these Astros, come over here to Fernando. So you just do this magnet right in place, and they charge right up.
Yeah.
So we've been beating the hell out of those for the last couple months. And I don't like to do a review on something too soon because if they end up being crap and we've recommended them,
you can only ignore the car lab for so long.
The what?
The car lab and your Mustang.
Oh, it sounds
That's
terrible.
gonna be.
Have you ever installed a full active stereo integrity front stage? Stereo integrity front stage? No, we haven't. I don't.
Right. That's a good question.
Where do you ground the amp on aluminum bodies? We go to the battery. So, all right. I'm going to answer that question for you as thoroughly as I possibly can. And I'll explain why. We've done this a bunch of times. Get Haley at L7X15. Oh, totally, Bobby. You know it. Yes, in a heartbeat. Because I put on the 2400. That'd be great. All right, back to the aluminum body question. So depending on who you talk to, you're going to get 6 different answers. So I'm going to give you as many of those answers as I possibly can. and we'll go there. All right, so I'm going to use this Jeep behind me as an example, just so we have something to point to. Even though this is a Jeep, we know you're talking about an F-150. All right, so on an F-150, we are running a power and ground out here. So you have power, ground on an F-150. This is ground, this is power. We're running it all the way out here. We come through the driver's side across, and we connect here. The reason why we go to the battery is because most of the time, we are doing some form of integration with A to B, which means we have to use a Zen A to B. On the material for the Zen A to B, it says, if you do not ground properly to the battery, you may have problems and we will not help you. So we found this out because a long time ago when the Zen A to B first came out, we did one of the first ones for a customer that bought them off of a sale that, anyways, who cares? And there was a problem with it. And he had to go from Georgia to the other coast, wherever Nav TV is, and then drive across here and have us run a ground up. So after that, and that whole debacle, we said, you know what? We're just going to go to the battery 100% of the time from now on. Now, that's our method. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Now, on the F-150, let's say this is the F-150, the back of it, even though this is not. If you fold this seat down here and you go to that piece of carpet behind it and you pull that carpet back, there is going to be a factory ground point here, and there'll be another one matching it identically on the other side. Those are 2 factory ground points. There is a lot of people in this industry that use those as ground points, all right? Because the factory said these are grounding. So those make 2 good factory ground points if you're going to be not going to the battery. What you can't do is scrape the paint away, put a bolt through, and use the aluminum chassis as a ground. Don't do that. That's a big no-no. Yes. Don't do it. Let's just leave it at that. Now, another thing that some people do is they will drill a hole through the aluminum and go down to the steel frame rail. And the reason why, and they'll say that's great, and it's welded together because it's C-tube that's all welded together and whatnot. So you're going through all those welds. There again, some guys swear by that. Morel is in the house. What's up, Morel? Hey, I meant to tell you, Natasha, Casey's in the video. Today's Casey's day. So I was going to send you a link later. I haven't done it, but if you head over to YouTube right now, you can see your husband in Oscar's car. All right. As if you don't see him enough already.
Now he's famous.
So anyways, those are really the 4 things you need to know about doing aluminum grounding. If you want to be 100% safe, go directly to the battery. Those other 2 options, out of those, use your best discretion on that. But that's what you need to know about that whole thing. So, yeah. All right. Let me go through this. They just say hi, Natasha now. They don't even bother with Morel. It's like, oh, it's Natasha. They all just know she's Morel. Oh, and don't forget, make sure you guys go over and like the Morel page, the Morel America, _America, because they're giving away a free set of speakers still. I don't know when that ends.
Follow the directions, guys.
Follow directions. Potential to win some free Morel speakers. How cool is that? I want a new set of home speakers. I want like a set of, oh man, they're just so expensive. Yeah, I want like big tower Morel speakers, but they're so expensive.
They make big ones?
Yeah, they do. They're really expensive. Already shared the YouTube link. I'm pretty sure that I was your account. I'm pretty sure that is why your account was hacked. I hope my account was hacked. No, I deleted my logo, unfortunately, yesterday, and I haven't gotten back to putting it back up. But all right, so there you go, guys. That's it. Make sure to join us tonight, 6:30. It's in an hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
We'll see you guys then. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Rip. I blowing that out, I kind of took in a little bit too much. Probably wasn't a good idea. Yeah.
You haven't changed your picture, right?
No, I haven't. I suck. I suck bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's happening? I know you're thinking, wait, why are Dean and Fernando still together and it's like 9:30 at night? Like
9:30 at night. Hey man.
No, it's just hot. I was coughing. Burning. That's not all I was burning. I can tell you that right now. You know, we do whatever it takes to get that shot, guys.
Oh, that is
and if that means that we have to push something just a little bit too far, well, by golly, we're gonna push it just a little bit too far.
And we have
This
a
side
video
jag.
of it.
Hey, somebody's birthday was today. Let's all give Hi-Fi a big happy birthday.
Hey, man, happy birthday.
Because that's why side jag isn't going on tonight in reverse polarity, because
What
it's
the
his
heck?
birthday. So let's all be like, happy birthday, Hi-Fi. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
It's only 6:30 there.
Oh, really? Well, it's 9:30 here.
It's 9:30 here, so that's all that matters in our time. But we're working on Haileys' car. We're in the lab, as promised. We got the Focal auditor stuff in. Oh, hang on. I didn't got my DSP to work. Thank you. Oh, cool. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you got that DSP working. That is so awesome.
Perfect.
Congratulations. Anyways, Focal sent us the auditor equipment, which we've been talking about for the last month on the show. And tonight, because Side Jag was canceled, thank God Hi-Fi had a birthday. That gave us some time to work late tonight.
Yeah.
Haileys out of town, so we got her car. So we got all the auditor stuff installed in it, and the components up front. We even had time to put the amplifier in. So we took out the key and put the auditor big amp. Jesus, man, that thing is way bigger than the key. I mean,
Probably like 4 times.
But yeah, so we took all that stuff out, and Auditor 10.
Are you tuning the system? Well, we're gonna tune it. Well, we tuned it.
We tuned
We
it.
tune it.
Yes.
With the radio.
Yeah, so everything was done through the Kenwood radio. The time
to be
limit, the
surprised
EQ.
if you haven't done any tuning with the radio, Kenwood radio, they sound really nice. The features that Kenwood put
Their default features are pretty awesome.
is really nice. Yeah.
As you know, sometimes you go, man, really? Was that easy, huh?
Exactly.
I just spent an hour trying to get a car and just hit that one button. Yeah, you suck.
Quick.
You know, it was funny though. Did you read that somebody posted the other day? They were like, "Hey, how many of you guys tune radios?" You know,
Yeah.
after doing an install.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, everyone." Everyone, we at least go in. You know, and we do some of the basic setup on it. Sometimes we do advanced setup on it, depending on what the customer's intention was, because it's got a 13-band EQ that you can rock out. So why not?
Yeah.
But you're an awesome dad, Dean. I try to be. She might argue that point.
It's
but,
okay. It's okay.
You know, yeah. Any estimate when we be able to see the Arena X unboxing review video? It'll be soon, actually, because I got to get them back to Added Absolutes. So latest will be sometime next week that we'll do the unboxing. And then sometime shortly after that, we'll show you the video. But
so the unboxing is gonna be probably next week also.
Yeah, it'll be late
But
next week.
the real video that you guys can see probably.
like we'll do the thing, but
Yeah,
then
but
it'll
the
be
video
the week
is gonna
after.
be
So
way later. Yeah.
not this. So really, realistically, within 2 weeks. Because remember, next week we're gonna be out of the office half a day Tuesday and all day Wednesday, because we're gonna be up in Springfield,
Massachusetts.
sure, at the Go Fast Solutions Expo.
Bart Simpson.
Yep. See the power plant, do all that fun stuff. So, and that honestly is the only reason why I can remember it's in Springfield.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll be up there doing that. So we will be. We got 2, but don't worry. They're gone, so I have time to edit a couple extra videos to fill in that hole. You might not get a video tomorrow. I'm gonna try really hard because it is almost 10 o'clock. It'll be like 10:30 by the time I get home. 11 o'clock. And I don't have anything prepped and ready to edit, so I'm going to try really hard to get something out tomorrow. Plus, we ended the Mustang, finally. That was 9 episodes of that Mustang, guys.
What's up, Mel?
That was like...
2 weeks. I'm gonna say probably like a 3 or 4 weeks.
What?
For the video.
No, I'm going to say 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2 weeks. I can be wrong, though. It doesn't matter, because I edit them, so I can be wrong. Is there a radio that can power a 2-way front component set active front stage only? Okay. Yes, there is. On the higher end Kenwoods, and on most of the NEX Pioneers, they have network mode, which means you can turn to the channels to a tweeter channel, to the channels to a bandpass channel, and then RCA outs for the subwoofer. Is it enough power to power, let's say, like these are the auditors? We've done it up to Focal Maximus, and that's as far as we've gone. It would work with these auditors, it would work with some KX, it would work with, the smaller speakers, not like the $700 set. But what I was going to say is Alpine has the 450 amplifier. So it is their small, like, go behind the radio amplifier that's for like the ILX amp radios. But that doesn't mean you have to use it on an ILX Alpine. If you get like a short chassis Pioneer, well, not really a Pioneer because the USB would stick out too far. If you get like a short chassis Kenwood, like a 7.0, man.
Now,
no, you're screwed.
Sony has the high power radios.
Yeah, but they don't do tweeter mid sub like he's asking. Man. Well, okay, so the 450 amplifier is pretty small, but the reality is I'd still just do a kick key. I'm not gonna lie, because the key would do the job fine. But I mean, if you're looking to use the DSP and EQ and the amp, maybe the 450 would be the way to go. I don't know. The problem is you just tumble down the rabbit hole every time. You just tumble down the rabbit hole. Dude, it's my wife's birthday today. Too. She thought you were singing to her.
Well, happy birthday to her.
Well, happy birthday to Rob's wife.
Yeah.
Another Rob.
Another Rob.
Another Rob.
Apparently it's a Rob night.
It's a Rob and Rob's wife night. They're all celebrating a birthday.
Wow.
Party
We're
on.
here
and
late
it's
working.
Thursday night. God, that sucks. And it's raining too, which means, well, it means two things. One, it's raining, and two,
Oh, Paragon. Paragon.
No, I like what he's asking. How about the rest of the K-Fest cars? Yes. Yes.
Good.
No, you're not wrong, because we have two cars from Paragon that we got that are, one is a Gladen,
Yes.
which is freaking that Stinger, which Mike, right?
Oh,
Mike
yes,
did
right,
it.
yeah.
Oh my dude, I can't wait to show you Mike's car. And then we got to do Wayne's Tesla. We had to rush through Wayne's Tesla because I had to go. But one of the things that was really cool about Wayne's Tesla and why I wanted to hear it is it has Utopia M's in it. And they're broken in, and they've been in a while, and it's tuned, and it's not. It was the first time I got to hear a set of Utopia M's that have been played in, how I was supposed to hear them. And
I want to hear them now.
Thank God I finally got to hear those, because I was able to actually enjoy them and change my mind on them, because the only Utopia M's I've heard are brand new and they sound terrible. And I know this because you have to break them in. So being able to hear Wayne's car and sit in there and listen to a nice, awesome set of broken in Utopia M's, dude, it was truly awesome. Which in the video you'll see, because I was just like blown away. I was like, holy crap, these things sound great, which everyone has told me, but I'm a skeptical, man. My ears, even though they suck, I want to be the ones to hear them. So yeah.
Just Mike, me.
Is that what he said? Yeah. No, Mike had the Gladen system in his car, and that was also, it was two firsts, because that was the first time we got to hear some Gladen stuff.
I just love that he has all the 6.5s.
Oh, the 4 6.5s cross back.
Oh my
Well, the other
God.
thing that was really cool too is that they were able to, through the Moscone DSP, they were able to integrate into the Stinger radio.
Yeah, that's something totally that they
which was like
Moscone
Amp Pro style ninja stuff that they were capable.
Like I say,
of doing.
they say they're working on that to actually patent that specific.
Yeah. Either way, they showed us, so we
awesome.
can talk about it.
Yeah.
You just made her night. Hey, you bet, Rob's wife. If that's all it took, you're welcome.
Yeah, the RC CAN interface, right?
Yeah.
You change the presets from the radio to the Moscone. That was awesome. I really enjoy it, and they sound really nice. That car.
What would you suggest for a 2017 Honda Accord premium sound? I did buy an LC7i. If it is the last generation, the previous generation, you actually don't need an LC7i, because it is variable voltage out of the radio into the factory amplifier, meaning RCAs. So you can return your LC7i. You're not going to use it. And even if you did, you don't have enough channels on the LC7i in order to use it, because there is way more channels coming out of that radio than an LC7i knows what to do with, unless you're just planning on doing a front stage upgrade. Either way, it's full frequency out of the radio if it's the previous body style. Now, if it's the current body style, then the only thing you can do with an LC7i is return it, because it's not going to be enough channels to help you either, because with that you need at least an LC8i, because you have to mix in the center channel. If you don't, it sounds absolutely terrible. So if you have previous, take back your LC7i, get an amp with a DSP. But we put a lot of the Morel speakers in there because they fit really nice. So maybe look out some Morel stuff.
Excuse.
Have y'all ever accidentally farted in a customer's car? It wouldn't be by accident.
Right.
I mean, I was farting tonight, like in Haileys' car. It was wonderful.
I guess it's part of it.
I mean, dude, some of these cars, you wish you could do more than fart. Let me tell you what, how dirty some of these cars are. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you know, hello, gentlemen, burning the midnight oil, says Bobby. Yes, me, Mike.
Haileys' part is done. Yes.
Well,
done.
It is done for the moment. We do have plans to do more to it next. She's going to have some time off, so we're going to steal her car as much as we can. Any recommendations for a behind-the-seat subwoofer 2021 F-150? Got nothing on that. Not a lot of room. Maybe an 8.
Somebody put a 2/8 behind the seat.
Yeah.
It gotta be a custom box.
Oh,
man.
totally has to be custom.
Somebody has to make.
And I wouldn't even waste my time. I thought MTI had one now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say,
I don't think they sell it.
You sure?
You probably can call them.
I was gonna say, if they've done it, why wouldn't they sell it? He likes to sell things.
Of course.
Try MTI Acoustics, and then if they don't have it on the website, give them a call, because I know they've built one. But I get it, but I'd still do under the seat. Maybe do something Rhino line so you can step on it or put stuff on it. Hey, from Australia.
What's up?
Fernando, are you going to do the Rockford on your car anytime soon?
Which one?
Well, maybe the sub? I don't know. Right now, no. The answer to that is no.
No.
We're just going to go with no on that. Just because we have other stuff to do.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a lot of stuff to do.
But there is a Rockford plan in place for his car, but we can't talk about it right at the moment because we've kind of dropped the ball on it. And we need to pick it back up and run with it.
Right.
So, how do the auditors sound? I'm not going to tell you because I feel that would kind of defeat the purpose of the video.
Yeah, of course.
You know, you guys want to. I mean, then you know the ending.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all had it late. Yeah, I mean, we had to stay to get this thing done. So that because we actually have a full day tomorrow already. The car's outside getting wet. Top's up, it's not convertible.
Yeah.
But what about a recommendation for a 2020 Sentra hideaway sub under the front seat? Wife doesn't want any trunk space taken up. Okay, so all right, so here's some stuff to think about. JBL has the Fuse, which is 2 8s that come apart, really small, and might fit underneath the seat. So I would look at the JBL Fuse. I would also look at Kicker makes their 8-inch amplified subwoofer to go up underneath the seat. And then one step further than that, which we did review, and we actually put it in Haileys' car, was Alpine makes an amplified 8-inch with a 4-channel DSP amplifier. So it's 4 channels plus, it's a 5-channel amp, but it's 4 extra channels with DSP to hook up to the stereo. So that was kind of cool. It's not a lot of bass. None of them are a ton of bass. The Fuse is probably going to be the most bass. So if you can fit the Fuse, it's definitely worth doing. Will you cut out Morel? All right. Will you cut Morel tweeter mounts for F-150s? You mean without the truck here? Probably not. Do you know if Kenwood 6903s will fit in a 2019 Camry? No, I don't. There's a possibility. A lot of the times Toyotas have metal brackets in place, and those metal brackets need to come out in order to fit a 3.5, and then you have some work to do because it's just not going to be a bolt-in, so you have to make an extra bracket to make it fit. But I wouldn't be disappointed with the 6902s. Trust me, they have plenty of treble. You will not be disappointed. Hey, Dean, thanks for the inspiration. I'm going to start working for a shop soon. Awesome! Congratulations. T1 is what I think he meant. Yeah, the T1. Yeah, one day. One day. All right, Fernando's going to pull us out. Listen, guys, I'd love to stay and chat, but tomorrow's another day. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. That's right, 12 hours from now, the news. You don't want to miss that. You're going to want to be here for that. You can find that at Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, that other cool YouTube channel we do. You guys have a great rest of your night. See you. Bye. So, check this out. L7T. All right, let's go back a little bit in history. Pan it over. All right, so we got Haileys' car here today. Started with a P300 12. Oh, sorry, 12 or 10? You remember?
12.
12, okay. Started with the P300 12. Took that out and went to the quad box. All right, quad box was like way crazy. You guys remember the quad box. L7Ts came out. So we had a box built for an L7T. As soon as they're back in stock, we'll get a factory L7T and put it back in there because I really like the way that sounds. Right now we have the Focal Auditor 110 in there, which is nice. It's very nice. It's plenty of bass for most people. It's cool. But obviously this is Hailey. She's not most people. She's a kid. Kenwood saw the quad box in there and they were like, well, we can't send you a quad box, but we can send you the closest thing we have. And I was like, okay. So they sent us the, all right, get ready, PXW1221DHP. Sorry. Preloaded subwoofer enclosure. Now, they sent me this because this is probably one of the coolest boxes, designs. And there again, it's not unique in the fact that like Kenwood's not the only company that uses this box design. There's no original thought anymore. We all see things and we adjust things and come up with cool ideas. Anyways, who cares? The point is, I love this box. I love this form factor. And they were like, hey, we want to see this in Haileys' car. So for you guys who have never seen this before, well, today's a lucky day. Alright. Let me clean this off just a little bit. Back. All right. Okay. All right, come on over here. So, big fan of down-firing enclosures. I like down-firing, especially in a hatchback. You can put all your crap in here, your kids, pool, whatever, beach. Put it all on here. Stack it on top. Groceries. Cool Kenwood logo. Solid feet. Most down-firing boxes, this is the problem right here. Getting enough room underneath the woofer. Well, we don't have that problem. We have plenty of room. Not only that, they've taken it one step further and they've put grills on them. There again, another problem with down-firing enclosures is if you don't put grills on them and the toys and the crap, they roll up underneath there and then the subwoofer smacks the crap out of them and you end up hurting the subwoofer. So if you can do grills, big fan of grills. These are the Exelon version because they have the red stripe and obviously, it says Exelon in the middle right there. So this is the higher power version. But the box is designed to be put in either way. You can have it set up like this, and there again, now it'll taper. That's why it has this taper to it, so you can push it up against the back seat, or you can lay it flat down in the car. So it makes it like it's a double threat, which I really like. Now we have her car here. You know, if you're not saying anything, it's gonna be awfully quiet. You gotta talk, man. You gotta be like, ooh, ah, look at that. Look how pretty. All right, what does this have for a speaker cup? Oh, speaker cup is over here on the side. So we got a nice push-down terminal here on the side. This is gonna be 2 ohm. Perfect. Let's get it into the car. Now we'll do a full unboxing and review of this. We'll take the woofers out of the box. We'll talk about power handling, what the woofers are made out of, and all that stuff. But I really just want to get this into the car. I want to give them time to break in before we do the review, so that we can give you a honest, like, yeah. I mean, we've heard plenty of these. We put these in all the time. But, you know, hey, let's be honest. There's just an excuse to put 2 Chuck 12s in her car, because I have it this weekend, so I get to play with it. All right. Anytime we install a subwoofer in a car, we put Tech Flex on there. We put shrink wrap, color coded, ferrules. Makes it real easy. Makes it nice, clean. Looks good in the car. If you have to take it out to do your stuff, terminals go in. All right. So it pushes up against the seat, nice and tight. Look at that. Now the nice thing is it does have this cool thing here. So like, oh hey, it does have this, so we can hide the subwoofers. However, if we didn't have this, and if we wanted to, we could turn it around the other way, and then you wouldn't see the Kenwood logo. But I mean, that looks pretty awesome. So I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking the same thing. What does it sound like? Why don't you grab your phone with the DRM-free bass tracks, and we'll play it, and we'll play it both ways. I'll flip it. Right now I have it flipped down, so we'll flip it up. Now, we don't have a lot of time because obviously we're getting ready for the show that's going to start in like 20 minutes. But, you know, yeah, it looks like stealth install. All right. Let's get in here. We'll get this thing going. I'm also taking home the iTest mic kit because I want to play with the EQ on this Kenwood radio this weekend and have, you know, do some more work on the auditor speakers that are in there. Alright, so Fernando's got that.
We do the Carolina game on March 5th for Mike Shepke's last home game ever, and happens to win by 13 points. So I'm going to watch exactly the same fashion and see if that has...
Let's see, Mama, I'm trying to plug it back in.
Will Bly is a new take on the route race.
Yep. There you go.
And he's also the author of Hate Like This and Keep Happening.
Try a different one?
No, that's fine. Let's just crank it up.
Let's see this one.
And hopefully this time won't let the smoke out. side. Down firing. Let me go flip the box. Oh, that's not louder. Yeah, because this is all vibrating now. What's that? I couldn't hear you.
It's loud.
Whoa, hey, whoa, the bass shook the phone.
I mean, it's 212s.
It's 212s. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I guess we can play more with that. But I thought, like, facing back is definitely a little bit louder than firing down. Did you think so?
I mean, I have to. No. I'm one of those that like have to like let it play, like 3-4 songs. I mean, three or four times the same song.
Well, I was just looking at it because when I set my phone up and I had it down firing, the phone wasn't vibrating. Then when I flipped it up and showed it, and I came back, the phone was vibrating.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at it more from the standpoint. It might not be louder, but it was vibrating the car more facing back than it was facing down.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So maybe that was my confusion.
Yeah.
We're located in Clearwater, Florida, right across from Resident Hooters.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Paragon.
Definitely
sales.
more bass.
I did in your video tonight. So these are the Kenwood Exelon Red Stripe 212 ported box factory. We're gonna let them break in for a little bit. We'll do a review on the channel here next week or so. I'm just gonna have some fun with them
There you go.
because we needed more.
She needs a new
She needs a
cable.
new cable. You just gotta give it time, man. You gotta give it patience. You gotta let it pair up. There you go. Now you can probably press play. It's all good. Hey, also, the reason why we're talking so fast is make sure to tune in at 6 o'clock over on YouTube. We'll do a live show. All right, we're gonna let it go for now. Thanks for, it is running off a key 501. So just a little tiny 500 watt 501s powered them. Nothing huge. All right, guys, you have a great rest of your night. Make sure to join us in 20 minutes over on YouTube. Yes, we do sell Helix. All right, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.